When you were in school and you wanted to go up to the next grade level, what did you have to do? You had to take a test. So in life, when you want God to elevate you to the next phase of your life or to upgrade your lifestyle, to give you that partner, to give you that career, to give you that job, to put you in position, what do you think you're going to have to do? You're going to have to take a test. You feel overwhelmed. You feel stressed. That's just part of the process. That's what they mean when they say trust the process. God is literally testing you to see if you can handle it when He's going to handle where He's going to put you. He's going to put you in rooms with other millionaires and billionaires and entrepreneurs and like-minded people, but there will also be some temptation. There's also going to be some things that aren't good, that don't come from God. Why? Because where there's good, there's evil. And what does that mean? The same way there's God, there's a devil. Not everything is sunshine and rainbows in life. The same way there's a God trying to get you on his side, there's a devil, there's an enemy trying to get you on his side. What does he do? You think God wants us out here killing each other? You think God wants us out here living in lust? You think God wants us out here hating each other? No. But the devil can take control of people who don't have control of themselves. Now, what does that mean? You may have been through some hard things in life. You may have been through some things that nobody else can handle on this earth. But guess what? The same way God can be the light, the devil can be that little voice in your ear telling you nothing's going to get better. Nothing's ever going to change. This is going to be what the rest of your life looks like. And what that does is it makes you take action from a perspective of hopelessness. So if you think things are never going to get better, you're going to keep drinking. You're going to keep smoking. You're going to keep fornicating. You're going to keep living in lust. You're going to keep relying on things of this world that give you short-term pleasure, that make you feel good for a short amount of time. But then when you wake up the next day, you're still living in misery. That doesn't come from God. God doesn't work like that. God says in Romans 8:18, the sufferings that you're going through now cannot compare to the joy that is coming. That means when you're constantly putting in work for God, when you're praying, when you're reading the Bible, when you're walking by faith and not by sight, you will be rewarded. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to have way more than you ever anticipated having. That's what God does. That's how God works. Now, what the devil does is he takes something that looks good, that's it looks like everything you want in life. But when you get it, when you do it, when you go through with that action that you know deep down wasn't what you were supposed to be doing, it makes you feel good for a short period of time, maybe even a week, maybe a month. But then you come to realize once the high wears off, once the dust settles, this isn't what you wanted for your life. And it led you down a path that you feel like you can't even come back from. Does that sound like something that God would do? Does that sound like something God would put in your life? God will try to guide you and show you, but it's up to you to take action. Because yes, God is all powerful, He is all knowing. But the thing about God is He does not force you to do anything. He lets you choose. If you want to go down a path of destruction, God will let you. If you want to go down a path of righteousness, God will guide you. Even when you feel hopeless and you're on that path of destruction and you feel like nothing is going to work out, God still says, hey, I'm waiting on you. Come on through. Keep doing things your way and see the results you get. You've been doing life your way long enough and you see where it's gotten you. Don't you think it's time for you to go about it God's way and see where He can take you? Because the thing about following God is He can elevate you to places that you never thought possible because He's the one that makes the impossible possible. So understand this. When it comes to the test of life, when it comes to the hard things you're going to have to go through, whether you're rich or poor, you're going to have to go through difficult things that test your faith, that test your character, that are going to test the kind of man or woman you are. And sometimes you might fold, sometimes you might bend, sometimes you might break. But the thing is, you only truly fail in this life when you choose to give up, when you just stop taking action completely, and when you give up and fade into that hopelessness. Now, you might be asking yourself, what do I do? How do I get out of this destructive path? How do I change my life? How do I change my habits? It's all in this right here. I have the cheat code for you. This book is called the Bible. Some of you may have heard of it. Some of you may never have seen one of these in your life. But the important thing is that this book has all the answers of life that you will need in order to become successful, that you will need in order to become a better person. All the answers that you need in order to live a happy, fulfilled life. It's all in this book. This book has the instructions on how to live life and how to go about being a good human being that'll live a happy, fulfilled life and be able to be a blessing on this earth to not just themselves, but to other people. So if you're sitting here wondering, what do I do? What's the first step? Well, the very first thing you need to do is just say, hey, God, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm doing. I know I've been doing things wrong and I want to do them right. So if you could help me, I'd greatly appreciate it. I talk to God just like he's my friend, like he's my best friend. I talk to God all the time, like, hey, God, should I do this? Should I do that? Hey, God, should I do this? What do you want from me today? What do you want for me to do? And he will reveal himself to you. All you have to do is ask. In the Bible, it says, you do not have because you do not ask God. You are not happy because you're not asking God, God, what do you need for me to do? What do I got to do to be happy, God? What do you need for me to do? God, I'm trying to make more money, but I want to do it right. I want to do things the right way and to live a good life. What do I need to do, God? Please reveal yourself to me and show me the way. Have you ever tried that before? Well, understand that once you try it, you got to put the action behind it because actions speak louder than words. How many empty promises have you made to people saying, oh, I'm going to change. I'm going to change my ways. But when it comes to God, you got to put your money where your mouth is. Otherwise, he can't bless you. He's not going to be able to bless you because you're still the same person. You're still doing the same messed up things. You're still doing the same negative thinking and negative self-talk. You're talking yourself out of blessings. You're talking yourself out of opportunities that he has for you that are going to make you happy. Now, the only question I have for you is, do you want to keep doing life your way and get the results that come from thinking and acting on your own impulses? Or do you want to go about it God's way so that he can elevate you to heights that you never thought imaginable? Because it seems to me like if you really want to change, if you really, really aren't happy, if you're depressed, if you're anxious, if you're stressed, if you just want to level up your life for your family, if you just want to live a more fulfilled life in existence and you're tired of living life on autopilot, seems like the easy choice to me. Understand, your life is going to be hard, whether you want to be rich or you want to be homeless. You're going to have to go through some degree of difficulty. So you want to level up and grow without doing hard things, and that's your problem. Understand though, when you have God on your side and you go through those hard things, the benefits that you'll reap by going through those experiences are better than anything else that you would have done or would have gotten from living life your way. Somebody out there needed to hear this today. Otherwise, I wouldn't have made the video. Let this be the moment that your life changes forever. Don't just watch the video, put your phone down and go back to doom scrolling or just go back to watching TV. Get up and do something to change your life. Otherwise, you're going to keep living in this loop of existence that you hate. You don't like your life right now. So do something to change it. Otherwise, what you're not changing, you're choosing. You're choosing to live this messed up existence. You're choosing to be living a bored life, living a boring life where you don't do anything interesting. You're choosing to have your family continue to live in poverty. You are choosing this because you're not changing. You're not choosing to take action. Stop being lazy. Look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I'm going to do whatever it takes in order to level up my life and to do right by God. Because God is the one who's going to give you those opportunities. God is the one who's going to give you that house. God is the one who's going to give you those finances. God is the one who's going to give you that breakthrough. He's the one who removes the depression, the anxiety, the stress, the anguish, the lust. He removes it all from your life once you open up your heart and ask him to. He's not going to force his way into your life. If you say, I want to get to know you, God, yo, I want my life to get better, he'll be like, all right, bet. Because when you're at your lowest, at your weakest, and when you finally surrender to God, that's when he can do the work in your life. I hope this video reached somebody out there. Let this be the spark that you needed to carry you forward through the rest of 2025. Let this be the moment that you decide to take action with your life and start doing something about it. As always, I love y'all. God bless y'all. Peace.